Have you ever wondered what it takes to lead an empire on the brink of collapse? Imagine the grandeur of an empire teeming with rich culture, complex social structures, and an intricate understanding of the cosmos. This was the Aztec Empire, a civilization that blossomed in the heart of Mexico, renowned for its architectural marvels, advanced agriculture, and intricate religious practices. But every empire has its twilight, and for the Aztecs, it came with the arrival of Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernán Cortés. A clash of cultures, a thirst for gold, and the ambition for power set the stage for an epic confrontation, a collision of two worlds that would mark the end of one and the birth of another. In the midst of this turmoil, a young leader emerged, Cuauhtémoc, the last Aztec emperor. Ascending to the throne in 1520, Cuauhtémoc was cast into chaos. His predecessor, Moctezuma II, had perished during the initial stages of the Spanish conquest, leaving a power vacuum that Cuauhtémoc had to fill amidst a society in upheaval. Courageous and resilient, Cuauhtémoc was more than just a ruler. He was a symbol of resistance, a beacon of hope for a civilization facing annihilation. As the Spanish forces and their indigenous allies advanced, he rallied his people, displaying a level of nationalism and resilience that still echoes through the annals of history. But as we all know, even the bravest of hearts can fall. Despite his valiant efforts, Cuauhtémoc was captured in 1521, marking the end of the Aztec Empire. Yet his legacy was far from over. His spirit of resistance, his indomitable will, and his love for his people became a symbol of indigenous pride. Cuauhtémoc, a young man burdened with the survival of his people, steps into power. He is the last hope of a dying empire. His story is a testament to the enduring strength of human spirit, a tale of an empire's twilight and the dawn of a legend. Imagine being barely 25 and having the weight of an entire civilization on your shoulders. This was the reality for Cuauhtémoc, the last Aztec emperor of Mexico. Born into royalty, his life was anything but ordinary. From an early age, Cuauhtémoc was groomed for leadership, learning the art of governance, diplomacy, and warfare. His ascension to the throne, however, was not a joyous occasion. It was a baptism by fire. In the year 1520, following the death of the previous emperor Moctezuma II, Cuauhtémoc was thrust into power. His kingdom was under siege, not by a neighboring tribe, but by an alien force with advanced weaponry and an insatiable lust for gold, the Spanish conquistadors led by Hernán Cortés. Faced with the daunting task of defending his people and preserving their way of life, Cuauhtémoc was undeterred. He rallied his warriors, fortified his cities, and prepared for war. He was a beacon of hope in a time of despair, a pillar of strength when all seemed lost. His courage was not born of recklessness, but of a deep-seated love for his people and a fierce desire to protect them. However, courage alone was not enough to ward off the Spanish onslaught. With each passing day, the Aztec Empire was losing ground. Yet, Cuauhtémoc remained steadfast. He understood the gravity of his role. He was not just a ruler, but the embodiment of the Aztec spirit, the custodian of their heritage, and the guardian of their future. His reign, though brief, was marked by valiant efforts to organize resistance against the Spanish forces and their indigenous allies. He was a young emperor, faced with challenges that would have broken many a seasoned ruler. Yet he bore them with a grace and resilience that belied his age. Despite the odds, Cuauhtémoc was unyielding. He was ready to fight for his people, come what may. His legacy is one of resilience and nationalism, and he is remembered as a symbol of indigenous resistance and pride in Mexico. An empire's last stand, a city under siege, and a young emperor leading the charge. This was the Battle of Tenochtitlan, a monumental clash that marked the zenith of Aztec resistance against the Spanish invaders. The year was 1521, and the once glorious city of Tenochtitlan, the heart of the Aztec Empire, was surrounded by an enemy force led by Hernán Cortés. But the Aztecs were not ones to bow down without a fight. Under the leadership of their young and ambitious emperor, Cuauhtémoc, they prepared for the battle that would determine their fate. Cuauhtémoc, a man of courage and conviction, was well aware of the odds stacked against him, but he was not deterred. He rallied his warriors, inspiring them with his fiery speeches and his unwavering determination. He knew that they were not just fighting for their city, but for their culture, their identity, and their very way of life. The battle was fierce and relentless. The Aztecs, despite being vastly outnumbered and outgunned, fought with a ferocity that was a testament to their indomitable spirit. They used their intimate knowledge of the city's canals and causeways to their advantage, launching surprise attacks and using guerrilla warfare tactics to keep the Spanish at bay. Cuauhtémoc himself led from the front, his courage and resilience a beacon of hope for his people. The Spanish forces, despite their superior weaponry, were taken aback by the ferocity of the Aztec resistance. But even the bravest warriors have their limits. The Aztecs, weakened by disease and famine, could not hold their ground forever. The Spanish forces, bolstered by their indigenous allies, eventually broke through the city's defenses. Yet, even in defeat, the Aztecs refused to surrender their spirit. They fought until the very end, their determination and courage leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history. In the face of overwhelming odds, Cuauhtémoc and his warriors fought valiantly, their spirits unbroken. Their story remains a testament to the power of resistance and the unyielding spirit of a people unwilling to be conquered. Every reign has an end, but legacies live on. So, what becomes of Cuauhtémoc? As the Spanish forces tightened their grip on the Aztec Empire, Cuauhtémoc's reign was hanging by a thread. In the year 1521, the inevitable happened. The last Aztec emperor was captured, marking a grim end to his reign and the fall of the Aztec Empire. Despite his valiant efforts, Cuauhtémoc could not halt the march of the Spanish conquest. But let's not dwell on the fall. Instead, let's turn our gaze to the legacy he left behind, a legacy of resilience and nationalism that has withstood the test of time. Cuauhtémoc's time as emperor may have been brief, but his impact on Mexican history is immeasurable. He is remembered not for the fall of his empire, but for his brave resistance against foreign invaders. His unwavering courage in the face of adversity has made him a symbol of indigenous pride and resistance in Mexico. His name, Cuauhtémoc, means descending eagle in Nahuatl, the language of the Aztecs. Like an eagle, he was fearless, sovereign, and fiercely protective of his people. And even though he fell just like an eagle, he continues to soar in the hearts and minds of the people he once ruled. In the centuries that followed, Cuauhtémoc's story was kept alive through stories, songs, and artwork, passed down from generation to generation. Streets, squares, and monuments across Mexico bear his name, a testament to his enduring influence. In modern times, Cuauhtémoc is more than just a historical figure. He is a symbol of national identity, a reminder of an ancient civilization's brave resistance against foreign domination. His spirit of resilience continues to inspire the Mexican people, fueling their pride in their rich cultural heritage. Cuauhtémoc may have been the last Aztec emperor, but his spirit of resistance and nationalism continues to echo through the ages.